To krill or not to krill? That is the question. I may leave it and see how we can go. I want to try it. It's just a case of I really wanted to have summoning to, I think it's 69 or 68, the point where I could do war tortoises. 67, there you go. So I'm not too far off. 15 levels. Not too far off. It's just a case of I don't have the gold. So what we might do is actually make some gold. I'm down to 161k again after buying a few runes from the shop this morning before, I think it was before reset. Yeah, it was a little while ago, about 5 hours ago I went on a shop run, so that's where all my money went again. Daggernarth, okay, well that's not too bad. I don't mind Daggernarth, but I'm not going to make a penny doing Daggernarth, that's the problem. I'd happily do Daggernarth. It's actually a pretty cool task. You can AFK it, you can do Daggernarth Kings, all that's great, but it's like, even doing Daggernarth Kings, I have to pay for the instance, and then assuming I just save spot Rex, all I could get is Fremenic helms and things like that, or whatever the helmets are called that out for around 45k. I think they're called Berserker helm and such. It's like, and I've gotten all the rings from him that he drops, the Berserker ring, the Warrior ring, and I've got 2 dragon hatchets, one in my tool belt and one just as a placeholder to look cool. So there is really no urgency at all to do that. I think what I want to do to earn some money is gargoyles. Okay, I've left on inventory space because I'm going to grab a contract. It's another cool thing about how they've updated the Slayer Tower. Even though I'm not going to be on task here, I'm still going to be able to get a little bit of Slayer experience, so it's not enough to really say it's a method of training Slayer. It's pretty slow, but it's definitely something. And also you do have the option of either converting a completed contract to experience in a combat skill only, or gold. So it's pretty cool. I do like it. I think it's a great system. I think they need more of these. I know they have one for the wood. Oops, that's a habit. I've done a lot of abyssal demons here on my main. Okay, so here we are. So we'll camp this for a little while and see how we go in terms of money making and profit. Okay, so I have hit 1 hour of being at Gargoyles now. I've gotten 1 contract done and I'm on my 2nd contract. So given 1 contract was 165 and my current contract is 44. Just getting out the old calculator. So I killed about 209 in an hour, which doesn't sound great, but they drop a lot of rune alkaballs. I'm on 929k, and I did note that down as well. I started with 161k gold. So just doing the math there, I'm terrible with this calculator. So just the basic math there, 768k gained just through the alkaballs and coin drops, which I'm pretty happy with. I haven't had to bank at all. Pretty much the Guthan's is keeping me up. And also with that, the charms aren't too bad. Crim's only 9 in an hour, it's not great, but 16 blues is pretty good. And also all the noted bars really do add up. I was looking to get my smithing up for a quest I want to do soon. Let me have a quick look to see what quest that is. Devious Mines, I need 65 smithing and I'm only 57, so the bars are really useful, and also a few of the spirit rubies, which will also be pretty useful. So I'm probably going to spend another hour or so here. I do nearly have 1 mil gold, but I wouldn't mind closer to 2 mil. I do want to repair my chaotic staff that is, sorry, and that will cost around 2 mil gold because I will not be using dungeoneering tokens. So we'll probably spend another hour or so here. Okay, so it has been another hour now, meaning I've been at Gargoyles for a total of 2 hours. Now I'm just grabbing bill count on my current contract. This is the 3rd contract I've had to do. So 73 plus 165 plus 165. That's how many kills 1 contract is. So I'm at a total of 403 kills in total. We'll see if this will go away. There we go, great. 403 kills. So I've gotten 30 blue charms, 15 crim, nothing too amazing, but a fair few bars, noted bars, which I'm happy about. As an Iron Man, that will help a lot getting my smithing up. And what's also pretty interesting, if you inspect my gem bag, I did empty this on the way here. I have 47 uncut emeralds and 27 uncut rubies. So it's practically full. I'm pretty sure the maximum capacity is 100. So yeah, that's pretty useful. That's a lot of gems. Again, I'm an Iron Man, I'll use them. And 2 of these rubies for summoning and a more Now, I don't like alking them all. I just like keeping these drops, even though not really useful at all, but regardless, I like to keep it. But in regards to the coins, I'm currently sitting at 1.7 mil. So I started off with 161k. So that's how much I've earned in total in 2 hours, 1.558000 or 1.5 mil pretty much. And dividing that by 2, it's pretty much 780k gold an hour. So that's not including the bars or the gems. Realistically, including that, it's at least $1 mil an hour profit if you're playing a Naffscape character where you wanted to sell the bars and the uncuts. And I have no idea what a mall's worth. I'm guessing stuff all. So again, probably a little bit over $1 mil an hour, maybe more. I have no clue what bars are worth. I'm not that interested. But in terms of Iron Man, that's really good. There you go. I have nearly got enough cash to repair my Codex staff entirely, so I'm probably going to stick around here, not actually doing a full hour, just until I hit maybe 2.1 mil, and then I'll go ahead and repair my Codex staff. So I'll probably stick around for another 20-30 minutes, and then I'll jump back when I actually can repair my stuff, and then we'll look at what we're doing next. Okay guys, so it was actually another hour I spent at Gargoyles. I ended up getting a bit distracted with a few videos, and before I knew it, I'd been killing them for a whole nother hour. So pretty much the loot I've got in my inventory is 3 hours worth of Gargoyles now. So the total being 2.5 mil. I guess I'll have a quick look again what that is profiting. So I think it was 66,000. So 2.3 mil in just gold from alkables. Pretty impressive. Now there's something else I realized as well. Early on, I got a rune arrow drop, and they've updated it in EOC, so if you pick up an arrow, it doesn't go in your inventory. If you've already got that type of arrow you're picking up in your arrow slot, I suppose, or ammunition slot, it automatically goes into there, so I wasn't even realizing it. So point being, these have a decent vendor value, I think. How much can I vendor these for? 153 gold each. I'm a bit on the fence if I want to alk them, or I don't think I want to alk them, honestly. It's a long time just for it's only about 150 gold difference. I'm pretty sure I'll just vendor them. I don't see myself using rune arrows at all. So 2.8 mil practically, just shy off, about 7k. Now I did actually stop, mainly because my gem bag actually got completely full, and then my inventory got full of gems. So that as well I didn't even need all my food for 3 hours. That's how good Guthans is. Even got pretty crappy other pieces of gear. Only an Obby Cape, Ring of Wealth, an Amulet of Strength, nothing impressive at all. The Saradomin, or the War Priest rather, gloves and boots. It was really all the Guthans that kept me there for so long. So, as I said last video, Guthans, I really do enjoy it. So, just banking everything I've gotten. I'm not too sure what these funguses are used for apart from Herbler, I believe, and filling those pouches which you use on temple trekking. So they're okay, but the great thing is, well, 41 blues is pretty good, but the bars, so 156 mithril, 464 steel, that's really good, and 56 adamant isn't too bad. So just emptying, so just I guess to confirm, inspect. So it is full of 59 emeralds and 41 rubies, so nearly a 50-50 ratio. Obviously a bit skewed towards emeralds, but regardless, those gems are very good for training, crafting, and emeralds can be used to make rings of dueling, so that's pretty good. I'm sure there's other uses that I can't think of, but regardless, I am happy with all those gems. So I've got a fair few so far. But again, with the gem pouch, if you are using one, always remember to empty it. Otherwise, you'll head somewhere else and find it's already full. So what I'm actually hoping to do now, I've had this smithing daily for some time. Mithril daggers. I've got this one as well I want to do, but that's only 10 potions, and if I extend it, it will be 20, which I will. So I'm not too concerned about that one. That won't take me long at all. But the mithril daggers daily I want to do. So that's 210, so if I extend it, that'll be 420. So the question is, how many bars would I need? So I don't have enough, unfortunately. I was hoping I would. I don't necessarily want to go back to Gargoyles. I may try to smith the bars I need. I'm actually not sure of the ratio I need to do though, of coal to... And I got 79 attack, I'll throw that in somewhere, but yeah, pretty cool. But looking at smithing, I just want to confirm, I think it's 6 coal per bar. I don't even know where it is in this guide. So it is 4 coal. So if I need 420, subtract 329. I still need 91 mithril bars. So that means 364 coal. So I don't have enough coal either. That is a shame. I'm probably just going to do this daily, not extended then. Just because the reality is if I don't, well then I'd have to do something about it to make up the difference. I don't want to mine coal. I don't know where to farm coal at my level where I don't have access to some of the Gargoyle's Dungeon 2 bosses. They're really good for coal, noted coal. So I don't have access to those bosses, and I can't think of many Slayer monsters I can kill that drop coal in a great excess. So I think I'll just do the daily, not extended. It expires in a day as well, or I think 2 days, something like 1 day. So I really don't have too much time to work with it either. So I'll just do it as it is. It'll also mean I have mithril bars left over just in case I need them, opposed to just getting enough and having absolutely none left over. So I'll do that and see how we go. Here we go. So actually doing the daily now, it will take no longer than 30 seconds. And this is where if you're a Mainscape character, these may definitely be worth your time if you don't have so much time to play the game, I suppose, and you do want decent amounts of experience a day, and you're not in a rush, I suppose. You could have just bought the unfinished weed potions, or even bought the clean dwarf weed and made the potions, whatever. You could have just bought the supplies and then be done with this daily. Obviously, the only thing that's taken me time is the fact that I've had to run around and get things. So it's pretty good challenges in general. It does sort of suit a more casual player base, people that are just looking to play for a little bit. So there we go. So what's interesting is I started off with 28 Wines of Samarak. I made 20 potions, meaning I used 20, but I have 12. So that means I saved 4. So 4 into 20 is 20%. So it is interesting. You can sort of point out that that could be a rough average of how much you can save. Obviously, it's a pretty small sample size, but regardless, it's still interesting how useful some of those dungeoneering rewards are to do with skilling. I'm yet to get them all, unfortunately. There is a few I need, but in my opinion, herbal is the best for an Iron Man. Herbs are useful, making potions are useful, therefore saving the herbs when making potions are useful, while some of them, not so much. Say construction, for example. I'm 51, I barely trained it through actually doing construction. A lot of it's through God statues. I've done that 3 months in a row. It's a great monthly D&D. I've done it, I guess next month, which is in a week, it should reset, and then I'll make a video on it, I suppose, just for those who aren't aware of it and wouldn't and either play Iron Man or don't play that much and want to get into it. It resets in 7 days. Obviously I've done it this month, so that's why I have to wait. But anyway, so we do have 3 challenges done. One I got done yesterday, just killing things. It was one of those very mediocre rampage challenges that give you a very average lamp, but it was easy anyway. It was whatever, it just got done naturally. The mithril daggers I just done, and also the super ranging, which I extended, so we'll see what we get from turning these in. Okay, so I wasn't paying attention to smithing. I'll have a look though, but I did see the range experience, 64k herb lore experience was gained through that one daily. 20 potions, 64k experience. And keep in mind, I got a little bit of herb lore experience just from making the potions. I'm having a look at the wiki I have up on my monitor. Apparently they were 162.5 herb lore experience per super ranging potion. So that number times 20. So there was experience just from making them, and then handing it in 64k. That's very, very good. I haven't even done my Jack of Trades today. Once I do, I'll be very close to leveling, I think, again. And I leveled, what, yesterday, I think? I'm pretty sure I leveled yesterday when talking about Jack of Trades. So that's what I mean. Barely any effort. Just of using some of the daily mechanics I've implemented, such as challenges and the Jack of Trades aura and things like that. And even some of the D&Ds. And before you know it, you do get these levels up. And now I've got these other rewards. So essentially some of the dailies require you to hand stuff in. Essentially what you made, which is the trade-off. Some dailies don't, like that one for example, the rampage. I didn't have to give anything in, obviously I was just killing. Whilst a rule of thumb is, if you're not sure, if you're an Iron Man, it's something very valuable to you that you're producing, which you wouldn't want to lose. If it says a challenge mystery bag as a part of the reward, that means she'll actually take what you make. Although cooking experience is very valuable for an Iron Man, just so you can get to the higher levels and don't burn as much food, and therefore you're more efficient when you're fishing, or at least you don't have to fish as much because you're not burning as much food, and therefore you have more food. But it is a case of, I don't want to cook 184 sharks, valuable sharks, just for her to take them and give me fishing experience. It's not worth it. Even though I do have a fair few raw sharks, I've got nearly 2k, but that's naturally I'm 80 cooking, and it takes 80 cooking to do them. And even with the cooking gauntlets, I would burn a fair few just finishing that challenge, and then she would take them once I'm done. That's not worth it. So especially as an Ironman, some of these challenges you actually have to think about, as in, is this worth it? Because in my opinion, it's not. I've got a lot of raw food, I know, but it's all valuable. It's just time I have to spend. Usually when I edited my last video, that's essentially why I have so much. I was doing monkfish. That's where I got all of that from. I cooked all my monkfish early on doing that Barrows video, because I ran out of swordfish. And then after the Barrows video, it took me a while to do that video, so there you have it. That's all I did. I was just fishing for the most part, just because it was something where it's probably the most productive AFK thing to do as an Ironman. Fish. You'll never not need fish. So anyway, got to pick a skill for this. None of it's too great. I always do range. I'm not too sure why. I just always do. And then, so there you go. 22 quam. That's actually not too bad. I used 20 herbs dwarf for quam. I don't think that's an upgrade in terms of, I think dwarfs are more useful in general, but regardless, that's actually pretty lucky. Most of the daily challenges are rather funny. Say, example, a great one's the fletching daily. It'll make you make anywhere between like 150 to 250 bows, and then you may extend it. And so you've got to fletch the bows, so there's your wood, and then you've got to string them usually, so there's your string. And then usually she gives back like 10 magic logs or something. And it's like, fair enough, it was maple or yew or something, but come on lady, 10 magic logs for that is not sufficient. But I'm surprised about that. That's, as I said, I haven't done many herb lore challenges. Maybe that's maybe they've just decided to make herb lore a bit more generous, but we'll see about this one. I handed in, what was it, 210 mithril daggers, therefore it was 210 mithril bars. We'll see what that converted to. 11, and that's what I mean. I guess it's not too bad if you're thinking about grand exchange values. That might borderline be profit. That's like 110k, 130k, something like that. I think runite ore are about 12k each. So that might be, actually, even then, I don't think it's worth it. You could argue that kind of runite ore is useful for an Ironman, considering runite ore is a little bit harder to get your hands on. Not like I'm going to be 90 mining anytime soon, but same turn of the coin, I'm also not going to be 90 plus smithing anytime soon. So it's sort of just one of those things where it's like, yeah, thanks, but I didn't actually want it. But quam's rather useful. I'm happy with that, and I'm very happy with the experience. Let's actually have a look at smithing. I completely ignored it. So there you go. Having a look at the smithing, it's pretty much it's 13,887, so pretty much 14k. Nowhere near as impressive as the smithing. It pretty much is a case of, if you extend the daily, you can give rather generous amounts, but I guess it's just a case of it was a lower level daily, I suppose. I don't fully get the scaling. I assume it's a level thing. I was 75. I believe super ranging is a higher tier, a relatively high tier potion. Yeah, so super ranging was a tier or level 72 potion, while smithing mithril daggers is rather low. I suppose that's why the experience is considerably lower, but it is just a level thing, so expect that as well. And I didn't extend it, but regardless, I'm very close to a level now in smithing. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.